Hey, it's Struggle. Welcome to a rare Friday evening, night, depending which part of the world you're in. Live stream. Which we doing some peaceful Minecraft, exploring Minecraft, checking it out. I'm currently posting it on the Discord. If you're not a member of my Discord, there should be a link pinned. There we go. I'll do it in a couple of the Discords that are okay with self-promotion. Let's get going. Hope everybody's doing well. Hold it just a second. Let me also get back to the live stream. Hi, Striker. How's it going? Nice to see you. We're just exploring peaceful Minecraft. Which way do you want to go? This way. So, I hope you're doing well this lovely Friday evening. I'm doing very well. Glad it's the weekend. Been a heck of a week. Not quite sure why. Watching too much YouTube. How's it going? Happy Friday to you. Just kind of exploring Minecraft, checking it out. I just thought, I really like this series. I need to pay attention instead of looking at the chat. You like your existence right now? That's fantastic. I'm not doing too bad, actually. I had a little bit of conflict at work, but it got resolved, which is great. Pretty soon, I'm going to start. Hi, Monkey Mon, how's it going? Pretty soon, I am going to start my next Minecraft series. And that's a series strictly dedicated to beating the game. I'm super excited about that. 10 minutes before midnight. Yep, a very, very late night for most of my community. These streams happen every once in a while. They're not very common, but they do happen. I think that, so, I started a new world. This is a different world. What the heck is that? What is that? It looks man-made. Huh. I'm doing fantastic. I'm looking forward to this week coming up. Ocean. Oh, that's an ocean monument. Not dangerous in peaceful Minecraft, but I think extremely dangerous in regular Minecraft and survival. Interesting. But I'm very much looking forward to the new Minecraft series because I really would like to beat the game and see what the game is like with shulker boxes and elytra. I think it's interesting to me. Has anybody been watching Livestream World? Look at the size of this ocean. Good splorg. So if you're unfamiliar with this particular Minecraft series I have, see that last number? It's increasing or decreasing depending on if you're thinking of positive or negative, but that number just needs to keep going. The numerals need to be getting larger. We just head in one direction and see the world. Wow. You have next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off? That's incredible. I have next Friday off because it's Juneteenth. Oh, you have been watching Lifesteal World. What are your thoughts on it, Striker? Just direct point of view. Okay, here's something I find it's really funny. So, one of the best. I kind of mentioned this in the Discord, but I'll bring it up here because I thought it was really interesting. One of the best speedrunners is Infam. There is a lot of people, but there's also Pintar is a standard life stealer, and he's I believe he's going to university to get an engineering degree. And his brother is I think 12 years old, and so he had his brother was not a life stealer, but he brought his brother on. Look at that! I love when they come up. I love when they like it renders like that. I think that's so cool. So his brother was was 12 years old. And he brought his brother in, and they're playing together and sort of bonding. Infum saw his brother when Pentar wasn't around and really wanted an extra heart, so killed this poor 12-year-old. And which is, not a good look. I'm just saying. Like, I understand his lifestyle. I understand what the purpose is, and the 12-year-old was perfectly fine with it. He was perfectly fine with it. But the thing that cracked me up was there's also Floatives, who's a literal world-class PvPer. And he was like, "Oh, heck no." Just like, I'm gonna get that heart back and give it back to that kid. And here's the thing that I found really fascinating. It took him 3 days to track him down, and Floatives was talking about it, and he was like, I can't catch up to him. Like because he's a speedrunner, he just navigates the terrain just expertly. Oh, Ferris awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I just thought it was really funny. I thought it was really hysterical. And so now Floatives has sort of taken on the role of enforcing honor, which genuinely cracks me up. It's so funny. Let's see. How can I get up here? Didn't Curway? I think so. I think that's true. Yes, I do think that's true. I know that Floatives have teamed up with SB737, which I've got to say, this is controversial. I don't quite understand why, but I'm a fan of SB. I think he does really good content. It's so interesting to watch so many different people. Captain Sparkles was even on there. I couldn't believe it. I also these are the types of things I love exploring Minecraft in, because look at this. This is, first of all, it's interesting to me how every single biome is so different. Like, this actually has bushes, like tiny little bushes, and they're consistent. I'm so impressed every single time with this game. Now to the main event. Oh yeah, yep. Tomorrow afternoon for me, evening for you. Is it when they go to the end? And so SB was explaining, I thought it was really interesting, because somebody was like, well, like Infum can just zero cycle the dragon and win. And SB's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Like, it's you have to like, zero cycling beds don't count. It's whoever gets the most damage against the dragon, which I thought was really interesting. That's such a cool way to do it. Use the Snorkel stream for falling asleep. You are not the first person who has told me that. I love it. Because you're trying, it's very late where you are. It's extremely late where you are. I thought it was just interesting. And whoever wins, I guess, then gets the only mace. And then there's another week of playing, which I think is really cool. Look, new little baby chick. So cute. 2 minutes to 0 a.m. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we're going the right direction still. Let's go. Imagine being from another SMP. You get trapped in a lifesteal. Oh man, no kidding. I know it's going to be absolute chaos. I think that I heard SB737 and Floatives say they have a plan. And I'm not sure what that is. And they're being very clever about it. And they're not saying what it is on stream. So it'll be interesting to see what people's different plans are. It was so funny. I think Captain Sparkles was talking to SB737. And Captain Sparkles is, he can make really good farms. And I mean, he's a solid player. And they were explaining like how to make an orbital strike cannon of things, and Captain Sparkles was just blown away. How do I say this? How to say it without it sounding weird? I'm so encouraged when I realize that people that have been playing this since the game came out and are really experts at the game still don't know even half of what the game has to offer. I think that's so cool. What the heck is that? Is that a ship? Hey, that's a ship. can imagine if Phil was there. It's so interesting. And so many people, I heard a number of people talking about, I don't know, who was it? Shoot. It was another speedrunner talking about how he was really bummed that he couldn't make it, but just like there was just a bunch of stuff he couldn't do, and like he had a bunch of things coming up for some other stuff he had responsibilities for, and he just couldn't make it. We'll take these. We'll take these for whatever reason. I don't think I need the gold. I think I'm good. Okay. Get rid of this. Let's do some inventory management here because I figure I'll just take these in case I need to trade with a villager or something. I don't know. Stick that in there. Come here. Let's do a little management here. Hi, Leaf Girl. How's it going? Welcome to this, depending on part of the word you're in, very, very, very late night exploring Minecraft live stream. Okay, I am not doing this very well, and I need to do better. Let's keep this as efficient as we can, shall we? Okay. There we go. Hope everybody's doing well. Is you dropping in? Okay, it's nighttime. We're going to keep on going a little bit. Okay. Let's go. Is this the right direction? Yes. 7 days till your birthday? Oh! 7 days to happy birthday. That's exciting. That's very cool. Indeed, happy early birthday. Indeed. Oh, is that it is. It's a ruined portal. I'll go check it out. I'm not proud. Much. Okay, let's see. Come here. Let's see. Look at this. It's so funny. One of the Where's this stupid chest? Hey, get yourself under control. Honestly. You want to play Java so much? Yeah. It's I have to say, when I started playing Minecraft, I started playing Bedrock just because I was told it didn't make a difference by people who probably don't play much Minecraft. Where is this? You know what? We'll look for it in the morning. Let me make a bed and we'll go to sleep. Let's see. Okay, I'll put this back. Okay. Oh, have a wonderful night, and I hope you sleep very well. Dream of the nice SCPs. There we go. Okay. And as is our custom, we are going to leave the bed here, so we keep a respawn point. I don't understand where did this stupid thing go? Whatever. I'm sick of looking for it. Let's go. Helping in a dream. I'll have to look up which one that is. Is this the right way? It is. Okay. I'll have to look up which one that is. I'm getting too many nightmares tonight. The tickle monster. I Ted Ball, how's it going? Welcome. I had an idea for a cozy SCP game. Like where it's sort of like a cozy farming game, you know? But like the SCPs are like super cool and helpful. And so like nobody realizes that they're SCPs. Okay. Can I bring up something here? So SP737 plays Java, obviously. And he was talking to somebody about his setup. The Tickle Monster. Oh, we talked about that in the Discord. By the way, if you're not in Discord, click the pinned link, drop by and say hello. So get this though. SP737, when he plays Minecraft, he uses a mouse, but he doesn't use keyboard. He uses controller and mouse. I don't even understand how that works. Like I legit don't understand it. He's gonna do a hand cam one day, but I'm trying to figure out how you would even do that. Yeah. And he mentioned that like when he used to play Call of Duty, he did the same thing. I don't get it. Just drew a third arm. It's the weirdest thing. I can't wait to see his hand cam because that is such an odd thing. Here's a lot of SCP-001 stack of papers. There may were words. Yeah, but here's what I'm thinking. Like you get like a chill SCP that like at night fertilizes your crops so they grow better, right? You know, it's like maybe a pair of suspenders, just like at night fertilizes your crops so they grow better. Daybreak is one of the worst ones. Which one is that? I mean, to say that an SCP is one of the worst ones is I don't know that much about the entire SCP thing, but that seems to me like that's saying an enormous amount. Because there's some pretty bad SCPs from what I've seen. Joined a little bit of water. Oh, hey, what was that? Hold it. Whatever. Probably a ruined portal down there, but I don't feel like it. Oh, hard destroy reptile. It's crazy to me that everybody agrees on this. Like, how many SCPs are there total? There's got to be thousands, right? For some reason, the last couple of exploring Minecrafts, I've hit just enormous oceans. Just huge. I also need to get that waypoint thing that they use in Lifesteal. The Scarlet King is the scariest one? What's the Scarlet King? I see so many things down in here. It's so interesting that look explorable. I am considering coming up here pretty soon continuing my going chronologically through the FNAF series. I played the first 3 for the first time. I think I'm going to play FNAF 4 for the first time. And I'm looking forward to it. I suck at them, but they're super fun. Like, I'm terrible at FNAF. I'm awful. It's everything that I'm really bad at in games, like resource management, being observant. I'm terrible. The sun melts all explode life with no... Oh. Wouldn't that just destroy everything? Like, how do they know that's what it does? That seems suboptimal. Oh, there's many. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so there's many universes in the SCP universe. Got it. Interesting. Let's see. There's another portal. Is that? Yeah, it looks like it. We're fine. We're fine. You said FNAF 4. Yeah. Markiplier, no, that's it. You got it right. What did Markiplier say about SCP-4? I don't want to watch it now because I don't want to spoil anything. But you can certainly tell me what Markiplier said. It's so funny. Here's what's funny. After the first one, every single one I played, there's somebody who tells me, "Oh, that's the hardest one." I think that's funny. Although I think that. Yeah, I will say each one has a slightly different twist. Each FNAF has a slightly different twist, but they're... It's interesting how SCP-3008 can breach. How's that? Don't leave us hanging. Oh, the Infinite IKEA. I actually know about that one. That's a weird one. Yeah, I agree with that. I read a couple of I was doing a little bit of looking into some SCP stuff. I think there's some really interesting ones. Do we need a boat here? Can we just swim across? Oh, we can just swim across. It's fine. I guess Captain Sparkles is thinking about moving to Japan for a short period of time. Good for him. It's another YouTuber that I never really watched just because I didn't play Minecraft. Hello, how you doing? You enter and suddenly there's no exit? Yeah, that's so weird. I mean, I'll be honest with you though. That sounds like an IKEA experience, just normal. Like it's just this labyrinth that's never ending. Okay. How am I doing on? I'm doing okay on. Yeah, I'm doing all right on coal, so I don't think we need to do that. Wait. Come, stop. Don't go anywhere. Stop. We'll absolutely take iron. Let's go. R4T? What's R4T? Makes you want to watch R4T. I have a 4-day week coming up next week. And then I have a 3-day week. Another Rune Portal. Followed by another 4-day week. So I got some time off coming up. Rat, is that a movie? Yes, this movie, I don't know anything. I was on a different Discord server and somebody brought up the founding father meme dude, you know? And somebody was like, who is this guy? Why is he always coming for some meme? And I was like, that's Benjamin. he was a Twitch streamer. He hasn't streamed in years. But I was like, I'm so pathetic. I couldn't tell you a current movie that's out or any TV show or streaming show, but I can tell you who the founding father meme guy is. Just pathetic. Oh, Minecraft modded YouTube. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check it out. I want to start playing around with Create as well. I also want to get back to, several people have made really good suggestions on launchers to use when I'm playing Minecraft 1.0 so it doesn't screw up my settings in regular Minecraft. I need to go back and look at that and see what it's are because I haven't looked into this. By the way, people recommended. I don't think who it was. I think it might have been Demian. recommend I try something like CurseForge or Modrinth. I tried both of those and I absolutely hate it. Like, I much rather just take the jar files and drop them into the mod folder with Fabric, you know? I absolutely hate using CurseForge or Modrinth. What's over here? Look at this. What's over here? I have to start making the pizza dough tonight for tomorrow's pie. I haven't decided what it's going to be. I do have though. I picked up some spicy Moroccan olives that are so good. The worst SCP of it are the 1KK Sinister SCP. I mean, there's a lot of bad SCP things. I am looking forward to playing a little bit. I need to do some research into that. But next week, by the way, next week is Next Fest. What I think an SCP class is, I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. Give me a hint, and I'll guess. Let's see here. Oops. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so I might do a spicy Moroccan olive pizza. That sounds good. A lot of fans say it's the worst scenario. Let me think. Worst scenario. I mean, so let's think about worst scenarios, right? We're talking about like universe destroying things down to ones that are mildly irritating, or ones that just tickle you. Right? An amorphous jelly blob that tickles you. So what did that? What would really? Okay, so really bad would be like destroying all the universes in existence, destroying everything in existence, or even worse, would be not destroying everything in existence, but just making them live in a terrible, awful, horrible life, pain and misery. Fans say it's the worst scenario. I'm going to go with that. Something that just takes all life and makes them just live in pain and misery. Look at this. I'm getting a little low on... I don't need this netherrack anymore. Okay. Yeah, let's make a bed, and I try to, when I do this series, I try to make sure that I set beds every so often, because I don't want to, it's peaceful, but there is a chance I could die. And what I don't want is end of world scenario setting to worst because the humans on your suffer pain. We can. Oh, okay. That's yeah. I was close. I was actually pretty close then. Okay. Can we just jump? Let's go. We got. Oh, don't let the grass. Oh man, that was dangerous. I almost hit this grass patch. Holy crap! Talking about dying. That was really close. Where are we going? Yeah, that's efficient. I was thinking about when I did last Thursday's video where I talked about inspiration, how to inspire yourself. I was thinking about, wait, what the heck is that? What's that? There's a chest in it. What the scorp is that? Nothing I really want. I'll take this. Yeah, we'll go up. So here's okay. What are the differences between Java and Bedrock? It's before you go to bed. Okay, look, I'll grab the map, but no guarantees that I'm going to look for it because I find them kind of a pain. Not going to lie. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I lost it. Where is it? Oh, it's back there. Okay, hold on. All right, I'll grab the map. I'm not a fan of treasure maps, I'll just say. So I probably won't do anything. But I've done multiple treasure maps in this playthrough. You have the urge to tell me something cool you did a day ago? Do it! Alright, take the stupid map. Okay. Where am I on the map? Let's go ahead and put this... Where's the map? Put it in my offhand. To tell you something cool you did? Oh, please do. I'd love to hear it. Absolutely love to hear it. I'm headed the wrong way, so map's not going to do anything. You want a choir competition? That's so cool. Wait, why was it terrifying? You disappear? Good night, Strikerd. It's very late where you are. Good night, and thanks for stopping by on this little short, very, very late night, early Saturday morning live stream. I appreciate it very much. You in the front? Oh, yeah, that could definitely be disconcerting, to be sure. Understand that? Good night. You stay healthy as well. Okay, I'm going to... Let me get up. I'll be honest. I'm not going to do anything with this map, so I'm going to drop it. Let's see where we're going here. Okay. Let's go up. All right. Which way are we going? Not this way. This way. Okay. Well, that was useless. Oh, well. That could be definitely disconcerting. The thing I find interesting is in playing peaceful in Bedrock versus Java. In Bedrock, you can drown. The amount of health it takes away versus the amount of health that gets restored, the amount of health that gets restored is slightly less than the amount of health it takes away. So you can actually drown in Bedrock. You cannot in Java. In Java, the amount of health it takes away, the amount you get are even, which I think is really interesting. I think that's a really, really interesting difference. I don't understand some of those differences. I'd love to know if it's just arbitrary. Mason, we're talking SCP can help you relax. I understand that. I completely understand that. I get that. Because it's something you're interested in, right? And my guess would be it's not particularly scary to you because you know so much about it. Like, I completely get that. Maybe this will go a little bit more. You know, a lot of ocean and not an enormous amount of land in this stream. And I think we're going to continue that. Let's go around this island. Yeah, this is odd. Lots of ocean. Lots of ocean. Interesting. Not that I mind. I kind of like the open ocean. Is that a ship? No. I was dreaming it. I am looking forward to beating the game, though. I genuinely am. Looking forward to figuring out how to beat the dragon. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think I'm going to die. I'm sure I'm going to die, but I'm sure I'm going to die, but I don't, if I've watched people beat the dragon, I don't think it's too hard. It can still scare you a lot. Oh, when you find scary articles? Yeah, I understand that. I get that. because after I beat the dragon, my next goal in that series is I want to learn how to speedrun, and I don't expect I'm not gonna get a 12-minute speedrun or a sub 10-minute speedrun, even sub 15. I'm not even expecting sub 20. If I could beat Minecraft, and I'm talking random seed, right? I don't mean picked out the ones they use in MC tiers. Like I don't particularly care that. I'm talking just completely random seed, and I can beat it in an hour. I would be phenomenally happy. That's the end goal. Ship? Yeah, ship. Huh. Take some of these. Sure. Let's go for air so I don't die. I mean, I'm not going to die because I was talking about how I can't, but oh my gosh. I think there's another one in here too, right? Maybe that one's gone. Oh, that one looks like it's gone. Okay. Okay. Can you tell you about an SCP you found about today? Yeah, let's hear it. I'm up for it. As we're just cruising along, enjoying the beginning of the weekend. But I am looking forward to that. I think there's elements of learning how to speedrun I think would be really cool. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how this plays out. But my initial thought is, I don't think that I'm willing to. Another boat? No. Wait, yes. No. What is that? It's another boat. Huh. What's going on here? Well, we're getting a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm pretty sure that there is supposed to be, at least if the boat's intact here. There's supposed to be another. I don't see it, so okay. Guess not. SCP-001J? Uh-oh. The class letter is a button where it can destroy everything. You're pretty sure? But because pressing it would end everything. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. See, that just seems a little overpowered. I'm just saying. But the thing I find interesting is the fact that they know this, right? But I think that's going to be my next Minecraft thing is to learn how to live stream and do it fairly well. Because I know what there are certain mechanics I'm going to have to practice. I don't think that I could reliably drag click like I just because I don't want to practice it and I don't care. But I've looked into it. And I like the idea of knowing how to beat Minecraft and being able to beat it efficiently. And then because, a lot of the Minecrafters that I watch, this is what sort of made me want to beat it, is a lot of the Minecrafters that I watch, their overall attitude is a beautiful sunset. Their overall attitude is like they don't say this out loud, but this is their attitude, is the game doesn't really start until you have an elytra. You go to the end, you have an elytra, you have Gulker boxes. What is that? Is that another, what do you call it? Ocean something? Ocean monument. Huh. Look at that. Interesting. The J means joke. Actually, that's pretty funny. Look at that sunset. Just gorgeous. When I was traveling full time, for those of you who don't know, I used to be a nomad for years. I would travel and I'd stay in vacation rentals. I'd stay in vacation rentals in the off season and the shoulder seasons because it's cheap. And my rule was overall that it can't cost more a month than like my apartment cost. That was my rule. And so I'd like there's a couple of places I would like to spend certain seasons when I was doing that. And I like to spend the summer in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a desert and it is brutally hot, which I love. There was one time, I'm sorry, I don't know what this is in Celsius because it's such an extreme number, but you look it up. It was 128 just down this, from according to Weather Underground, at a weather station just down the street from me. 128 Fahrenheit. That's a lot. And so I used to like spending the summers there because I just love an oppressive heat wave. Like, I really do. 420. That one's pretty obvious. But I would also like to spend like the holidays. So like October, November, December, January in a small town in the panhandle of Florida. And the house that I stayed in was this was one of those, they have these giant vacation houses here, you know? And they're like, the one I stayed in was like, it was, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bedrooms, 3 stories. 3 stories, 6 bedrooms. Can we get around this annoying mountain? Go this one, see if we can. And it was like a block away from the beach. So far enough away that it wasn't super annoying, but so close you could literally walk to the beach in like a minute. And you go up to the 3rd story and had a window walker in the 3rd story, but the 3rd story had these massive windows. And you used to be able to, you could see the clouds just rolling in from the Gulf, these gigantic storms that just get started in the Gulf and just come wailing in. It was really cool. And like the lightning going crazy. It was really neat. It was really cool. I don't know what made me think of that. The best that they ever smoked. Okay, let's see, where are we going here? We're headed this way. Okay, good. We have a little more land to explore. I like that. I like that. Need to go down a little bit though, because a little high. A little high altitude. The thing that was great about the place we stayed in Florida was it was made for like a big vacation things, right? Not just the house I stayed in, but it was just made for big vacation things. And the reason why it's kind of cool to stay in the off season and shoulder season is a lot of these rentals, like these vacation rentals, they make 100% of their entire annual money in like 3 months. So this place, maybe 4 months. Like this place made it in the summertime because it was a summer destination. A place like Scottsdale, they make all their money in the wintertime, January, February, March, because a bunch of rich people come there and spend the winter there instead of in, Chicago or Nebraska or something where it's brutally cold. And so this is just gravy for them. Like they loved it because this was income they weren't expecting, and you could negotiate a really good deal. So like the place that we stayed in Scottsdale was a pretty nice place, and it was very reasonably priced for what we did. But like if you looked at what they charged during the high season, what people were paying a week was like 4 times what we paid for an entire month. It was crazy. I stayed at this place in not northern Georgia, northeast of Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville's a really interesting city. Whoa. Jeez. Hey, what's down here? Anything? Cave? Okay, well, whatever. That's fine. Asheville, one of the most beautiful cities I think I've ever seen. It's a weird city, though. They have genuinely real problems with the housing market there. It is out of control and unregulated. But it's just drop dead gorgeous. It's probably, I mean, that was before housing was so screwed up here in the US. Like, I can't imagine how screwed up it is now. Okay, we go. And when I was staying in Pennsylvania is Amish country. And the Amish, make these various handmade things and sell them. And apparently, they also famously don't use any technology. I mean, quote unquote, don't use any technology. They don't use any modern technology. They use older technology. And you found the first ever your story you wrote? That's so cool. And so I was talking to somebody. I was like, it's the weirdest thing. I saw this store that was selling, like, it was supposedly one by Amish, selling Amish goods. And like one of the kids was outside with a leaf blower. And they were like, yeah, fake Amish stuff is a thing. Can you believe it? Like, what is wrong with people? It's so funny. It cracks me up so much. But I really enjoyed spending time in there was a town in northern Georgia. It was kind of the place where everybody who wasn't like normally Georgian would go. People who felt like they didn't fit in. And it was one of the coolest places I think I've ever stayed. What was it called? Blue Ridge, Georgia. And I looked into would it be cool to go to Portugal or Iceland or something like that? But I talked to a lawyer and I talked to an accountant, and they were like, this, because it's international and because you're working, because I work remotely, like it's so infinitesimal, it's so hugely difficult. Like it's almost impossible. It would take you, in some places, to work there, it would take you more than a year to get the visa, and the taxes are crazy, which was disappointing. I could guess, but I traveled a lot in North America, and I'm glad I did. And I recommend people do that too. Travel also, as someone who, I know so many people like, oh, I'll travel when I'm retired, and I'm just like, as someone who's traveled when they're young, don't do it. Travel when you're young. Do it if you could get. And and let me tell you, if you can pull it off, and you get a remote job, to put your stuff in storage, and just be a nomad for a while, I'd highly recommend it. Oh, the one in the mall. That's interesting. But I do recommend traveling. Just because, like, things like Appalachia, it's here in the U.S., Appalachia has gotten treated pretty poorly from a historical standpoint. And when you look at their history and you meet the people there, they're really proud people, and they have a really interesting background. And it's a shame what people who aren't from Appalachia has sort of made the stereotype, like, I met some of the coolest people I think I've ever met that lived in Appalachia. Hold it. Oh, thanks, Blorg. This is exactly what I needed. Give me a wall. Hello? You like a haircut? How about you? Haircut? Thank you. Wool cut? Thank you. I know technically it's not hair. Well, not technically, it's not hair. That was another one. Thank you. Double dipping, huh? I'll allow it. Okay. And the only reason why this is, you can't run away from me. Get back here. Good night. Stay healthy. You too. Most important, stay yourself. I will see you on the flip side, and thank you for stopping by on this just silly, very, very late night stream. I have to admit, somebody asked me, I was talking about being a nomad the other day, and somebody asked me, well, what my favorite place was, and I mentioned the two places that I just told you that Scottsdale in the summertime because it's so brutally warm, hot, and this place is Florida in the wintertime, the holidays. They asked me a place I didn't like. Boy, I don't like Pennsylvania. I've got there's a grocery store in Pennsylvania called Giant Eagle. And I have a completely irrational hatred of Giant Eagle. And I'll tell you why. So in general, where I would stay, sometimes I stay in larger towns, but sometimes I stay in small towns that were like, a solid hour drive from a large city so that I could stock up on supplies once a month, and then I tried to stay about 3 or 4 months in each place. That was my general rule because I felt like when you spend 3 months in a place, you really get to know it, And so there's the only grocery store around in the small town I was staying in. And it was like about an hour and a half outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And when I would drive into Pittsburgh, I wouldn't take the tollway. I'd just drive through these small towns because I think that's such a cool way to see stuff and meet people. And I like it, rather than just traveling on some interstate or something. And so there's this grocery store called Giant Eagle, and it was pretty much the only grocery store I could see in the small town. We were in a bunch of the small towns. And I noticed that the smaller and more remote the town, because groceries were expensive, and in the small town when I bought them from Giant Eagle, and I noticed that when I checked other places, because I got curious about it, right? I got curious about why they're so expensive. Because I looked it up, and overall Pennsylvania wasn't a particularly expensive state to live in. And so then I did a little research, just a little research myself, and turns out Giant Eagle pricing is, if there's no competition around, they just bilk these poor people who live in these small towns. They just charge, like, in some cases, the difference between some stuff between this small town that, let's face it, from a logistics standpoint, is not that far away, right? And like in Pittsburgh was literally double. It was twice the cost in the small town versus the large city. That just gave me an immediate dislike of Giant Eagle, and I realized that it's not logical. It's completely not logical, but I have to be truthful to myself, and it just is what it is. So that's my Pennsylvania talk. Okay. Not doing too bad here. I really just do like this because it's just, not even just chatting with Chad either, because I enjoy that immensely as well. But just experiencing this and looking at these biomes and seeing like the thing, like okay, this isn't just pure noise, right? This is like every single biome has a particular style about it, and I just don't mean for the specific biome, but I mean each individual biome, and it's all consistent, and it's really interesting and different. And when you start noticing, I love these. Look at these chunky trees. Good splurg. I just find it really fascinating. I find it really interesting, and I think a lot of people don't realize that, or I think it's not that they don't realize it. I think that people who grew up playing Minecraft, and I didn't. All my friends were, but I didn't. People who grew up with it, I feel like, really, what's the right word to use? Take for granted what a marvelous game it is and how thoughtful elements of it are. But they also have a really intimate relationship with the game, which I do not have because I've only been playing it like a year and a half, less, a year and 4 months. And so it's just one of those things where I'm a little bit jealous. I'm not going to lie. Good, splug the size of that mountain. Can I go around this? Is someone to do that? Swamp? I guess I can go around it. Okay. Huh, what are cows doing in a swamp? Silly cow. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were asking what my favorite biome is, and I told them desert. Though I don't mind the Badlands. I think the Badlands are pretty cool too. And they said their favorite biome was the swamp. They just thought it was interesting. Oh, yeah. Swamp, yeah. Interesting. I can tell you my least favorite biome, and that's the ice biome, followed very closely by the snow biome. I do not like those biomes, and I know that that's an unpopular thing to say. There, I said it. Ooh, look, another room portal. What do we got here? We'll take the hobby, sure. I thought I had more. Do I not? Oh wait, that's okay. No, I do. It's fine. I don't need a lodestone. I don't need those. I'm hooked up with the flint and steel, so we're fine. Okay. Keep going a little bit. Hello, how you doing? Don't mind me. I'm just walking through. Oh, ouch! I 100% knew that was going to happen. I was not going fast enough. Oh, but anyway, I was just for next week is Steam Next Fest, so I'm going to be playing a bunch of demos next week, which I'm super looking forward to. The only problem with that is I'm probably going to have another Outbound video. I have to record a couple of videos tonight after this stream, but I probably have to. I probably am going to maybe have another Outbound on Monday, and then maybe we'll start playing some of the demos. I have to do some research this weekend into what demos I want to play. There's just a ton of cozy games coming out, and I love it so much. See, this is I like the ocean, but I also really like. Oops, hold on. What's that floating in the water? Oh, leaves? That's so weird. How we doing? Oh, we can definitely use more. Hello. I'm here to give you your share. I'm here to give you your sharing. Look at that. Where are you going? You can't get away from me. Do you have any friends around? I like this song an enormous amount. I think the thing that's interesting about the music in Minecraft is this song always makes me feel like what I'm experiencing now, even this most mundane thing, makes me feel reflective, you know? Whoa. The OG Minecraft music is so good. It's just amazing. What a great game. I still have to do dinner tonight too. Don't know what I'm going to have. Maybe I'll have Korean tacos. Okay. You know what? I think it's time to make a bed. Maybe get a little sleep. You know what? We'll make 2 beds. Why not? We'll certainly sleep twice. I think we can pull this up. Set our bed down. Go to sleep. Well, we'll do tomorrow. But that will have to wait for the next live stream. Thank you so much for tagging along on this very, very, very late night. Not too late for me, but it is for most of my viewers. most of the community. And thank you so much for watching this. I just wanted to get another live stream in. I wanted to get a little bit more exploring Minecraft in, and I wanted to share it with you. So thanks for watching. I'll see you Sunday for another live stream. You'll have to wait and see what game we play. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for another live stream. See you in the next video.